Hi, welcome back to Comicbook Gallery. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? It is after 12 West Coast time. Had a busy weekend and I've been spending some time with my family, but also trying to get some work done. And I want to give I don't even want to say it's a shout out because to me it means more than that, but I really want to thank the Great Legend Show. I reached out to him for some advice on my videos or any partners, and I asked him to look at any number of videos, and he liked what he saw and my passion for drawing, so he gave me a huge shout out, and I'm hoping some of the people who are new who have subscribed have come from his channel because that's a big endorsement, and I really appreciate that. Thanks, brother. And my Instagram just blew up because I was watching the game. The I'm a football fan, and the New Orleans Saint game versus the Steelers. That was such a great game. They're like, yeah, whatever, Joaquin. I'm here for comic books. But while I was watching that, like 22 people subscribed to my Instagram. So I want to thank all my new Instagram subscribers. Now I'm with the show. So I told them that I recently went to Las Vegas to get my storage and I couldn't bring everything back. I thought I had a lot more furniture that I could just get rid of and only like my comic books and some other things, but there's a lot more art supplies and art books and other things that I want to keep. So my goal is to open up my own comic book store. So once you make that type of decision and you've been doing your research, then you have to be really selective about what you're going to keep for yourself. So all these videos I've been mentioning that I'm going to keep an X-Men run 1 to 300 for myself, and as I get better copies, I'm going to sell those. So if you look at a couple of other videos back, it shows I came back with 15 short boxes and I've been going through them. And I have like maybe 4 or 5 listings, but I thought I would do a video on the first 3, and I'm gonna try to make this really quick. So here we go. Let's break this down. First, I have X Factor 22, and this series went through a couple of good runs of X-Men series. You have Endangered Species. So if you're looking to collect endangered species and a couple of others that you're going to see right now, here's another 23 is endangered species. Yeah. Number 24, Multiple Man. He's going on right now. If you're reading the new Uncanny X-Men current, he plays a big part in that story, him and Legion. Next, we go into Divided We Stand, which is 28. So this is the second crossover. Number 29, Divided We Stand. I always did like this cover. I thought it was kind of creepy, but X Factor 30, and I want to say this is arcade. I haven't read this issue in such a long time. But again, Divided We Stand. And Welcome to Mutant Town. Population 0. Again, Divided We Stand. So this is number 31. And X Factor 32. Again, Divided We Stand. And now we go into X Factor 33. And we're going into Secret Invasion. He Loves You, Part 1 of 3. So I have 1. And then the last book that I put into these lot is X Factor, The Quick and the Dead. So it's a Marvel one-shot. I always did like the cover on this. It was pretty cool. When it comes to putting these lots together, I'm kind of doing, I'm trying to keep them to have some kind of continuity or keeping like was like. So another auction I have up, and these are all buy it now, and the majority of these books are listed for $1 a piece. Some will vary depending on the issue. And the conditions, to be honest, most of them are probably like from anywhere between a 6 on the low end, but some could even be lower, to as high as an 8.5, and a few of them look like they could be a 9.0. But for $1, you can't beat that. This is really for people who are just want to read a series, or maybe want to get into, reading X Factor, or, in this case, Omega Flight. Now, this was actually a good series. First of all, it takes place right after the Initiative. So, it's the whole Civil War that movie that came out. It piqued a lot of people's interest, and the Initiative was part of that. So you have a story about Alpha Flight, and Beta Ray Bill's in there. And I don't even really want to break it down too much, but I might, because I might do a separate video just on this Omega Flight, if I get enough people telling me to, which in my case would be like 5. So if I get 5 people to say, do a video breaking down Omega Flight, I will do that. But the artwork is great. And, when I do the breakdown, I'll tell you who the artist is, who the writers. But I'm trying to keep this a short video, and I still have one more lot that I want to show you. But here we go, number 2. And this involves the Wrecking Crew. And here's the new Vindicator. Great cover. These are all good covers. I mean, I'm telling you, the artwork is tight. Look at this, number 4 or 5. Beta Ray Bill. Like, if I was an art student in high school, I would actually practice painting this, because this is cool. And Beta Ray Bill's Hammer, the Initiative number 5. That's a cool cover. Here's another one where this cover just, the artwork just speaks for itself. All right, I don't want to go too much into that. Like I said, I get 5 people who say you want to do a breakdown, I'll do it. If not, I still suggest you read it. I reread that before I listed it, because I had to see why I collected that, and part of me wanted to keep it. I mean, it's not one of the greatest stories of all times, but it's still cool. So next, the third lot we have up here is Fallen Sons. So the Death of Captain America, Spider-Man. This is probably one of those where, okay, yeah. So you can see right here, it's got some scuff marks and stuff. But, for a reader copy and for $1, you can't beat this. Another Fallen Sons. This is the Avengers. So that's Spider-Woman and Captain Marvel. Pretty tight. Fallen Sons, Captain America. So I put this up. Okay, Deaths of Captain America, Iron Man. You get also Death of Captain America, Fallen Sons, Wolverine. And I was happy to find this book. When I was trying to recall of what I collected, and back then, around 2007 and 2008 to 9, excuse me, or this is when I was in Vegas, tail end of me living in Vegas, I was still more of a casual reader. So collecting like key issues was not that important. It wasn't until like after 2010, 2009, late 2009, that I started going and collecting keys, making an effort. But there's a huge speculation going on that, with Infinity Wars, that there will be the death of Captain America, and it might be a permanent death. So, a lot of people are speculating on this book. And this one, I'm actually going to, this is a variant cover. I'm going to, is this a variant cover? I believe so. Yeah. I'm actually going to pull this out so you can get a better look, because this one I'm not selling for $1. I think I valued it at like 10. I mean, hopefully you can see, okay, so you got those little scuff marks right here. There's breaking colors along the lines, and I'm really hoping you guys can see that. And right here, it's a little scuffed up, but not much. I mean, it's still a good book. Hoping you guys are catching all this. If you're new to my channel, I want to say hello, and hopefully you'll subscribe and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell. There's a link in the description on ways you can support me or contact me, whether it's on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook. I have my Facebook account. I'll show you the inside. So you can get a look at that. But overall, this was a good read. And I kind of, some of these books that I'm looking at and that I'm listing now, I really don't want to let go of some of them, but that's the collector in me. But the businessman, who I'm slowly becoming again, I have to sell this. At one point, I was selling on eBay for a while I was taking care of my father. My father had a stroke in late 2010, so I've been his caregiver for the past 7, almost 8 years. So my friend Michael Kilker from PSC Games, he showed me an eBay business where I was selling like board games and Magic the Gathering and other tabletop miniatures. So if you go and look at my eBay page, you're going to see I have over 500, reviews. And that's because I built up my business. And then towards the end of taking care of my father before he recently passed away, which was in March, my business was completely just eaten up to take care of him. So I'm back, and this time I'm selling comic books, and it would still be back to Magic the Gathering, because I do enjoy playing that card game. And there's some of the Dungeons and Dragons stuff that I have, but I'm going to be doing videos most likely on Sundays for RPG, and that will most likely start next week, because I'm really trying to get as many of these books listed and doing videos about them, because some of these lots deserve a video. That's why I'm hoping to get at least 5 people saying, please do Alpha Flight. Because if you're new to collecting comic books, this is a great story to buy for, $1 a book, basically. That'll do it, people. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. And that'll do it. And once again, the Great Legend Show, I want to thank that brother for helping me out. And I appreciate it. Take care, people.